Hello, so I am going to walk through how to upload your new digital notebook into Goodnotes 5. And so I'm going to be using this manifestation digital notebook as an example. And first, just a little bit about me. My name is Tiffany. I'm super obsessed with like all things planners, notebooks, pens, like all the things. And I created this notebook because I was really struggling with how to keep my manifestation work organized. And so I will do a walkthrough of what is inside this notebook at the end. But really the purpose was I had multiple notebooks over time, and I was just really struggling to find where's my list, where am I doing my gratitude work, where am I doing my affirmation work, and it just was kind of all over the place. And so I wanted to put it into one place. And the benefit of digital is that pages are unlimited, and B, all of this is under a passcode of your tablet. So that was really appealing to me. So what do you need to get started? So if this is your first time using a digital notebook or purchasing one, you really need an iPad or tablet like this one. You need a note-taking app, and in this case, I'm using Goodnotes 5. And then you need a stylus. So you need to have a stylus, and you don't need to go out and buy a fancy one. This one cost me I think it was maybe 20 bucks. And then you need the PDF file of your digital notebook, which I'm going to walk through on how to put in. So if you purchased this notebook or another notebook, you should have received an email or something along those lines with the file attached and a link to it. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my email, and I'm going to tap to download this notebook. And you'll see now, and there's a lot of steps. Sometimes you have to do it twice. And now you can see it popped up. The PDF file popped up. Now you'll click on this square with the arrow pointing up at the top. And what we're essentially trying to do is we're trying to get this notebook into your tablet. So I'm going to go ahead and save to files. And put it in downloads, save. All right, so now the PDF is on my iPad. Next, what I need to do is I need to go into Goodnotes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new, you'll see here we have a new, and you have the option of adding a new notebook, a folder, an image, scanning documents, taking a photo, or importing. So you don't want to add a new notebook, because what that's essentially going to do is going to create a new notebook for you from the Goodnotes app. You can obviously do that if you want to, but that's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to import the file that you just purchased. So you'd want to go to import. I'm going to go to downloads where I saved it. And then I'm going to scroll to find it. You can see it's right here. And so then Goodnotes will download it, and now it's in your Goodnotes app, and now you can use it. And you're seeing here that there's this, and it was downloading the PDF. All right, so let's just talk about a couple tips around navigating. So right now, this symbol right here is going to be the key to navigating through this notebook. When it's like this, where you don't see the drop down where you have all these different tools, this is the read-only view. When you're in the read-only view, you are able to use the hyperlinks in this notebook or the notebook you've purchased. Okay? And navigate it pretty well. When you click this, when you turn it off essentially, now you're able to access all of the tools that can, when this is active, you can access all of the tools to use your notebook, to write on your notebook, to put text in your notebook. So let's just walk through them really quick. So on this side, you'll notice that you have pen thickness. You can adjust that. Same here. And you've got 3 different levels of pen thickness that you can adjust. You have pen color. And what's really cool with this notebook and with others that you will get out there, you can add your own hex colors. So for example, this notebook that I sell in my Etsy shop, I also provide you with the hex colors that are in the planner or in the notebook, and you can add the hex colors so that you are using ink colors that are matching your notebook. So that's one of the really cool features. But you can kind of change to different colors, do to blue, yellow, whatever it is you like. Okay. Here's also a pen color. And again, that's the custom. These are the presets. And then there's more pen color options here. Okay, so we also have, this is actually like a little, it's almost like a laser pointer. You always have a back button you can use, but this is just like if you're wanting to show something, like I am on video. You have text, so you can add text boxes and actually type into the text box. And you can actually pull it. This isn't very big. You can adjust the size by selecting it, and you can use the up or down to do it. All right, and then if you wanted to move this, you can just click on it. You have to be in this text box option, and you can move it, and then you click off of it. And then when you go to a different, say you go to the pen, you can circle it, and this isn't going to move. The text box is not going to move. It's going to stay in place for you. All right, we have images. This is where you can, if you have digital stickers or if you have images that you want to include from the internet, you can add them. So for example, I have this digital sticker here I could add if I wanted to add something. I have another, this is a tarot card digital sticker. And again, once you click off of them and onto something else, these images are staying there. And you can actually write over them if you wanted to. Okay. We also have here an eraser, so you can erase pen marks that you don't want to keep. And you can choose the different sizes here. We have a highlighter if you want to highlight something, and again, you can change colors. We can erase. And then we also have a shapes tool. So if you're somebody who maybe likes to do, say, bullet points or a square, you can use the shapes tool to help you make a better circle, make a better square, make a better triangle. Do the undo. And then this lasso tool, this tool is often used to select images that you want to move around or copy and paste from a different. So for example, if I have a sticker book and I want to use, pull stickers over. So I have this sticker here. What you do is you click on these 3 different dots. I'm sorry, you go to the little open a new window. And so you can have 2 different notebooks side by side, and say you want to pull an image from one. So let me navigate to some stickers. This might take a second to load because it's got a ton of stickers in it. The way you can use the lasso tool is you can select it, hold down, oh, lasso tool. You can copy it. It's thinking about it. And then paste over here and adjust however you like. So let me close this. Okay. All right. So that is a walkthrough of all of the tools up here at the top, the main ones that you're going to be using. But just remember, the biggest thing is if you want to, even when you have it on this active so that the tools can be used, when you use it, you can still flip, but the hyperlinks are not going to work. The other thing I'll note too is that let's say there are pages in a notebook that you want to delete, and you can absolutely do that, especially with this one. What I would recommend is don't delete the pages that are hyperlinked. So for example, this page should be kept. This one, so all of wherever the hyperlink goes, you do not want to delete those pages. But let's say you want to delete this page because, I don't know, you don't like this page style, then you by all means can click these 4 little squares up here, click on the little arrow below the page, and you can choose to move it to the trash if you want to. Also, it's also worth noting that this is a really cool feature. I use it a lot in navigating my notebooks. You can move pages around, so you can hold a page, move it over here. You can move pages to different sections. So for example, in this notebook, there's a lot of different layouts. One example is this 21-day manifestation challenge layout. Like let's say you did not want to keep that in its section that it's in right now under action. But let's say you would like to move that to more of, I don't know, maybe you want to move it into a journal section. You can just highlight it or press on it and then move it down. The other thing you can do is also duplicate it. So maybe you want to keep this original version, and then you can move the other version to another place where you feel like the section makes more sense for you. Like maybe you want to do it under money. So it's a really cool way to navigate. Also, the other thing I love about this is looking at the thumbnails. Like if you want to jump back to, if you start getting a lot of pages in your notebook, you can start just looking through and saying, okay, because maybe, for example, if you have a lot of stuff going on in your vision board and you have lots of pages in here, maybe you just really want to, instead of going to the hyperlink, you just want to look, okay, what do I have in here? And I just want to jump right to it and click on it. Okay. All right, so next I'm going to just walk through what's inside this manifestation notebook. So it's a digital manifestation notebook. It's intended, again, I'm not a guru. It's intended to be a place to organize your work and keep everything in tidy order, but it's also a place to really, my intention in creating this for myself was really, I just wanted unlimited pages, and I wanted to be able to keep something over the course of years. So every section has a hyperlink. So you'll notice that there's clarity, list, vision, vibration, blocks, action, money, partnership, journal, and resources. On every divider page, I have added some notes to kind of trigger you on what could I put in this section? So for example, this clarity section is a place to capture your core values. It's a place to do free writing exercises around clarity, because when we are doing manifestation work, it's super important to know what the heck do you even want and what is in alignment with you. It's also a place where you can work backwards from say 5, 10, 15 years and just take notes about what do I want my life to look like. 5 years from now, and then reverse engineer back from that. And then, you know, you could also keep personality preference or astrological insights in here. So maybe you have your primal triad, maybe you have some astrological notes, maybe North Node, South Node type information. Maybe you also are into Myers-Briggs or other personality types like Enneagram, and you want to keep that kind of information in there. Just as this way to kind of root you in, you know, just remembering like who you are and what you want. Then we have the list. So this is just a place to capture a manifestation list. So your manifestation list, obviously it will evolve over time, but you also want to be able to check things off, maybe make some revisions. It's also a place to set intentions for the year or the month, and it's also a place to document successful manifestations. And there are different prompted pages that I have in here. Manifesting around money, relationship, travel, setting intention for the year, just a general intention setting template. And then I also have in here a template for pulling an oracle card or tarot card that represents the intention that you're setting. All right, then we have the vision section. So this is a place for vision board. It's for scripting, imagination exercises, visualization exercises, maybe notes from a meditation. Also, I have coloring with intention pages in here. So really my intention is, you know, vision boards work for some people and they don't work for other people. So I think the key here is if you look at a vision board and you're like, oh my gosh, it makes me feel like crap that I don't have what I want in life, then vision boards are probably not for you. But you can still use this section, like maybe it's, you know, scripting is really just kind of really imagining and feeling into what you want and writing it down in words. The other thing, the reason a digital planner really works well for this too, is that you can take images from the internet and put them on your vision board. So say you were to make this into a vision board here. I'm gonna have like my crappy writing. You could start adding images and start building out an image, you know, a vision board that feels good to you, and you could even do it by subject, right? So maybe one vision board is for a relationship, maybe one vision board is for money, home, whatever it is. I also have coloring with intention layouts in here. And so the idea with this is that you really write out your intention at the bottom, and then you use the different colors that are available in the pen settings and just start coloring while you're thinking about the thing that you're calling in. And you can just change the pen colors. And of course, everything in a digital notebook can be erased. If you want to start over, you can duplicate things and erase things. So there are a few coloring with intention layouts in this one. And then I also have blank pages. So moving to the vibration section. So really the intention behind this one is how do we raise our vibration? So this is a place to write power statements, affirmations, gratitude. There's a 369 template. There's a place to keep notes from mindset books or meditations, or documenting strategies that work or don't work for you as far as making you feel really good. And then I also have some pages in here that are prompted that if you want to collect, make copies of. I also have a little raise your vibration worksheet, a raising your vibration tracker. Here's the 369, and it gives instructions on how to do that. And then there's some blank pages. The block section is a specific section just to work on journaling, working on shadow work, working on inner child work, any kind of meditation notes, anything to document anything here that is requiring some sort of deep self-exploration on what's maybe preventing manifestations coming in, like such as self-esteem or what have you. And then I have an action section. So one of the important parts of manifestation is taking aligned action. So this is a place where you capture aligned actions such as goals and planning, seeing to believe, boundary setting, practice responding from a place of high self-worth, surrendering, capturing your crazy ideas and synchronicities, acts of kindness. So there are several layouts that are available in this section. One is a goals breakdown planner page, and then one is a goal with deadline planner page. So this is be more hardcore, practical goal setting. And then there's a aligned actions worksheet. So it's really like, maybe I don't know what I want to do, but here's some prompts on some of the things that you could start doing to take some aligned action. I also have goal and intention setting layouts with Oracle that you can use with Oracle or tarot cards. I have a 21-day challenge, and then there's some other pages. I also added money and partnership sections just because a lot of times those are the big areas where people are really wanting to kind of focus on when we're doing manifestation work. So for example, the money section is where you could document your ideas or specific intentions around money. Maybe it's a parachute, an emergency fund, an FU fund. Maybe you're just visualizing your ideal life. And then the same with partnership, writing down any specific aligned actions or anything you want to document that's around partnership. Then I have a basic journal section. This is just for anything you might want. There are different page styles within this journal that can be copied, duplicated, moved around throughout the entire notebook. And then last but not least, this is like the big kahuna. This is a resources section. So what I did was I went ahead and pulled together some tips and tricks, some resources, links to gurus. If you need some if you want to do some brainstorming or try something you haven't tried before. So I have it listed as, it's organized by the 3 keys of manifestation. The first aspect is clarity. The second is raising your vibration. The third is aligned action. And then there are tips for getting clear. So what does getting clear look like? And there's a description of that. What are practical strategies to gain clarity? So these are things that you can read and link out to say, okay, I want to try this strategy. In addition to practical strategies and gaining clarity, I also have woo but they work strategies, just things that are maybe a little less practical and they're more on the spiritual new agey side. And then again, for how you raise your vibration. So what does it look like to raise your vibration? What are practical strategies to raise your vibration? There's things listed here. And then also woo strategies for raising your vibration. And again, we have tips for taking aligned action. What does aligned action look like? Practical tips and woo tips for aligned action. And there's about 19 pages of tips in here. Again, the idea behind this is figuring out what works for you, trying something new and different. These are just ideas to play with. And then I thought I would go ahead and include thought leaders because I am not a manifestation guru. As I said, I do not want to be. I'm just passionate about the subject. And so I have manifestation gurus that are pretty well known, and I have some mindset individuals as well. I have books and podcasts you might consider listening to. Everything that I have in here these are either books that I have read or that somebody close to me or that I trust has recommended. And then I have a manifestation lexicon at the back. So as you can see, there's terms that fly around, there's otherwise known as, sometimes we have aligned action is often called inspired action as well, and the definition. And then lastly, I have a sources section. So anywhere in this section where maybe I pulled a resource or an idea from another source, I wanted to make sure I was giving those individuals or those websites credit. And so I have those linked here. All right, so that concludes this video. I hope it was helpful because it's a blend between a little bit of how to use Goodnotes 5, but it's also a little bit of walkthrough for this specific digital notebook. If you have any questions, just let me know.